Eddie, we good? Okay. Ready? Call to order.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided and published in the Asbury Park Press and the Ocean Star on January 5th, 2018. Copies of the agenda were provided to the newspaper, posted on public bulletin boards and the township website.
At this time, everybody please silence or turn off your cell phones. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Here.
Councilman Halloran.
Here.
Vice President Craig. Councilman Mumolo.
Here.
Councilman Fosman.
Here.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Here.
President Dion.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please accept and file the municipal reports, please.
I will, thank you.
And can I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of May 8th and May 22nd meetings, please?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Fosman, second by Councilman Mumolo. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zapsik.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilman Mumolo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontorero.
Yes.
President Dion.
Yes.
Thank you.
We now have a very special presentation with Mr. John Santillo, French Legion of Honor Award winner, medal winner. Mayor Ducey, Councilwoman Pontorero, and Mr. Santillo, please come up. Also, can I please have all the veterans in the room also come up, please? Where's she in the back?
Thank you so much.
He's long-winded.
The men and women who served during World War II are often called America's greatest generation, a moniker they earned through their blood, sweat, and tears. One member of the greatest generation who is being honored for his distinguished service in Europe during the war is Brick Township resident John Santillo. Mr. Santillo served in the U.S. Army in both North Africa during the Battle of the Kasserine Pass and on Utah Beach during the invasion of Normandy, which is more commonly known as D-Day. In recognition and appreciation and gratitude of the French people for his efforts to liberate France, the French government has awarded John the insignia of the Chevalier of the Legion of Honor. He went up to New York City to a special ceremony at the Consulate General of France in New York on May 11, 2018. I, as Mayor John G. Ducey, wish to award a key to the city of Brick Township to Mr. Santillo for his great efforts and in honor of you being honored by somebody else, but mostly for all the hard work, effort, for the sacrifice that you gave, sacrifice that your family gave for our great country and for France. Thank you. Councilwoman Pontorero will go next, and then.
Mr. Santillo, on behalf of council, we can't give you a key. You already got that from the mayor. But what we can give you is a proclamation. And this is a resolution given to you on today's date for all the strength and courage that you have shown. I learned a couple of interesting facts about you. First of all, I found a very good picture of you online. As a 22-year-old, I'm sure it's going to be hard to see, but I will tell you, like a good bottle of wine, you have aged. So, I also learned that you were born where I was born, down Neck in Newark, right? So good things come out of Newark. And I also understand that after you came back from the war, you had a hard time getting a job. Is that true?
No, I still had to work for a year. So my father said, when are you going to go back to work?
But you would agree it's important to give our veterans, when they come back from overseas or just being in active duty, to make sure we give them jobs, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that we get them work, right?
Yeah, I went to work at Prudential.
Yeah, I saw that.
June 3rd, 1946.
And Port Authority too?
The Port Authority?
Did you work at Port Authority?
No, I was a courier for my company.
Oh, for Prudential. How
Yeah.
many years did you work
36
there?
years.
God bless you, 36 years.
36 years.
So on behalf of council, I'm going to give you this resolution. So it's from all these people up here, all telling you how wonderful that you are and how wonderful all of our veterans are. Thank you all for your service, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Not bad for 22.
Fits in the mic, please.
Not bad for 96 either. Still counting. I'm running out of numbers. Okay, I'm glad I was invited here. It's a great honor for me on this day, for all the veterans in my organization from Greenbrier, the veterans with Les and all of our veterans. I thank them all, and Greenbrier and the town of Brick Town. I am so honored and so proud to be here and to live here in the last 24 years of my life that I've been here. And when I went over to New York and got this award, I was so flabbergasted. You know, I never had nothing like this in my life. But I guess God kept me alive during the war, so maybe this day had to be for me to receive all this honor from everybody, which I'm so grateful and thankful to all the veterans and to Mr. Mayor, our mayor, and all the council people here that's honoring me today. And what else could I say? I'm honored. Thank you all very much. Greenbrier, all my friends here are here. God bless you all, and thank you for the key.
Everybody stay up, we're going to take a quick picture. Joanne, are you? Okay. You're gonna hold that. You're gonna hold this. They're gonna take the podium away. Yep. And then
Guys, just get together, come up. Chris, you back to the podium? Yeah.
You're number 5.
Big chair up there. There. Excuse me.
It'll make a better picture.
Okay.
All right, everyone get real tight. Go side to
This
side.
way we'll both look the same size.
You're going to start here. Ariana, you're going to turn here. Okay. And then everybody's
Right up to
Put it down.
You see your face. Just
There you
come
go.
in closer.
Is that it?
Yep.
That's good.
And the resolution, it's always here on file. So 20 years from now, somebody will find that resolution.
When you come here.
stand by my page.
So,
We don't have it. Don't force it.
Just gotta get on the chair.
Getting on the chair?
Okay. All right, everyone look here. Great.
Keep looking. Other people take it.
Good? Okay. Now, I'm going to ask all of his Greenbrier friends and family to come up. So all the other veterans, if you're not in Greenbrier, you can get out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a Greenbrier trustee.
We'll take one more picture.
3 8x10s and 2 16.
Come on over here, someone around.
Come on over here.
Get over in front.
Come on in.
You folks need to come around this side.
John's phone is going ask him what door is that?
No way over there. You good?
You try them all.
Gotta try them all. Gotta try
That's the key to the city. You got to figure out which one to unlock.
Get in closer.
This is his beloved.
That's all right. No, say it, say it.
You want to sit down? Just sit next to him?
Yeah, that part.
No, you're good.
Much better.
Sorry.
You right?
You good?
Yes, thank you.
You got this
Like you
perfect?
like each other.
Your face,
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, poor.
Great.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
so much.
Thank you again.
Mr. Mayor,
Thank you guys all for coming.
enjoy the rest of the summer. Maybe up 1,000 copies.
Same here, Jason.
Because the water was bad. All the electrical wires were exposed or whatever. That was
Sunday afternoon, 1:30.
All right.
okay. Yeah.
Mary, don't forget one of these.
I'll send you a copy of all the schedule. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I gotta see what safe this opens up.
That's right. Check them all. Check them all. It's a game.
Oh, good. Yeah, right. Okay.
Recycle them.
2019 is really going over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, take this picture too. It's just you on the picture. So if you want to cut it out, I mean, Tyler, look at this. Your hand. How beautiful. Online, I got it. On the internet, yeah. Yeah.
That's the money. Say what? Came home and your father said, "When you I said, yes, it's going to work next year. Next year. That's why I cut them checks. Everything all right? Good. She was able to get that picture, huh? So now we got another proclamation we're going to put up on the wall. You see the other ones are up, right? They're on the wall. Oh, yeah?
We're going to move on to the consent agenda, Madam Clerk.
All matters listed under item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. If discussion is desired on any item, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
Okay. Resolution 4-1. Recognize John Santillo, French Legion of Honor Medal recipient. This resolution recognizes John Santillo for his exemplary service to our nation during the Second World War. In May 2018, the French government awarded Mr. Santillo the Legion of Honor Medal, the highest honorary distinction in France, in honor of his efforts during D-Day in World War II. Thank you very much, Mr. Santillo.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
God bless.
Resolution 4-2, authorize receipt of bid police department locker room renovations. This resolution authorizes the receipt of bids for police department locker room renovations. Resolution 4-3, authorize award of bid, local paving program contract number 5, Fairview Avenue and Fairview Court. Mayor?
Thank you. This resolution authorizes award of bid in the amount of $194,616.13 to Earl Asphalt in Farmingdale, New Jersey, and it's for the Fairview Avenue, Fairview Court road paving project. The major work items that are going to be complete consist of roadway milling and resurfacing, replacement and reconstruction of ADA curb ramps, retrofitting stormwater inlets to meet New Jersey stormwater standards. Notices went out to 64 potential bidders. 11 contractors responded and asked for actual packages, and 6 bids were received. And they ranged from the low bid of $194,616 all the way up to the highest amount, which is $253,435. And the lowest responsible bidder was Earl Asphalt, and that's who we're asking to be awarded to.
Thank you. 4-4, authorize award of bid, roadway improvements to Central Boulevard East, Foster Avenue, and Oak Hollow Road. Mayor.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes award of bid in the amount of $287,746.20 for roadway improvements to Central Boulevard East, Foster Avenue, and Oak Hollow Road, and that's being awarded to MECO Incorporated at Clarksburg, New Jersey. The project includes milling, roadway reconstruction, base repair, asphalt paving, replacing inlet grates and curb pieces, installation of inlets, installation of perforated storm pipe, installation and replacement of concrete curb, restoration, and other miscellaneous work for the project area. Notices again went out to those 64 potential bidders. 10 asked for packages, and 5 bids were received, and they went all the way from the low bid of $287,746.20 all the way up to the highest bid of $420,680.85. And the lowest responsible bidder was MECO for the $287,746, so we're asking for them to be awarded the contract.
Thank you. 4-5, authorize award of proposal legal services pool. This resolution authorizes award of proposal for the legal services pool to Gluck Walrath LLP Red Bank and Kelleher Van Dyke and Moriarty Toms River. The services for this contract shall be rendered at a rate of $165 per hour with an aggregate not to exceed amount of $225,000. This resolution enables the township to expand the current legal services pool to ensure a diverse representation from which to use as needed. Resolution 4-6, authorized placement of tax liens for property cleanups. This resolution authorizes the placement of tax liens for property cleanups at 417 Mammy Drive in the amount of $107.54, 1411 Park Avenue in the amount of $101.25, and 735 Purvisville Road in the amount of $254.11, and 874 Clare Avenue in the amount of $73. Resolution 4-7, tax collector. Mrs. Burke.
Thank you. 7A, senior citizen deduction granted for 2017, block 1067.03, lot 7. 7B, tax overpayments for the year 2010, block 919, lot 34.01, in the amount of $17.94. 17C, tax overpayments for the year 2018, block 891, lot 8, in the amount of $550, and block 1210.26, lot 1, in the amount of $1,475.73. 7D, state tax appeal granted, block 1192.38, lot 5, 1049 Burnt Tavern Road, in the amount of $20,965, which is a 2-year appeal.
Very good, thank you. Can I have a motion and a second for the consent agenda, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Fonterero, second by Councilman Mumolo. Open to public for questions? Yes?
and Hall, 18 Greenbrier Boulevard. I had been searching on the internet about open meetings act in municipalities, and lo and behold, I came across a letter from State Senator Loretta Weinberg from 2013 that she had put in a newspaper, and that we should have the right to hear how you came to your decisions and know what went on through every phase of it. I think
Ms. Paul, does this have anything to do with the
Yes, it does.
actual consent
It
agenda
does.
items, please? Please
It
get our
does.
question.
I want more information on exactly whom you got bids from on every single bid then. I would have left it as a comment that she said we should have it. I will be posting it on Facebook and other media, but she said we have the right, not should, to know how you make your decisions in every phase of it. She also mentioned about it should include telecommunications, and the sign posted out there about no photos would be contrary to what she recommends. She's a member of your own party, by the way. So to begin with, what were the names of the companies? And even though the paving was the lowest bid by Earl, what other companies bid? And was there not any reason that you might have overlooked Earl for past performance and gone to somebody else? That's a possibility. I don't know. That should have come out in discussion for us to hear why you picked them.
Would you like me to tell you the three?
I'd like to know them and why it wasn't discussed in the public, before the public, before you made your decision at every step of the way.
I do have the three lowest bids,
And they are.
and they are Earl Asphalt was the lowest, then CJ Hef Incorporated was the next, and Miko Inc. was the third. The bids for Earl was $613.13. The CJ Hess was $196,690, and Miko was $209,269.60. So Earl was the
And where is Hess located?
Belford.
And Nico, where is that located?
Blacksburg.
Of course, you can't stop my perception of Earl having an inside track around this place.
I don't know,
Okay.
the bids were very close. So.
It may have been, but it should have been discussed. You were discussing it out of our presence and making a decision, and Loretta Weinberg confirmed what I said years ago and said more than once. We have the right to see how you came to your decision, not just that it's the lowest. There's more that goes into a discussion and a decision who to award it to than just saying who's the lowest.
Would you like to know next?
Yes, please.
I'm getting there right now. Miko Inc. was $287,746.20. They were the lowest bidder. Earl was second with $301,213.13. And CJ Hess was $338,212.10.
All right, and you've already told me where they're located.
Yeah, you're already, there were three lowest.
The legal services
Earl
pool,
didn't get this one, Miko got it.
I know it.
Okay.
Doesn't change my perception after being here for so many years and watching and seeing how you refuse to honor what's in the Open Meetings Act, as Loretta Weinberg has stated in her letter so long ago, and some comments she has made about recent legislation. The legal services pool. Did you consider anyone besides Kelleher and the other
Those are
partners?
who had complete bids.
Excuse me?
Those are the ones who had complete bids with no exceptions.
Isn't that one firm, Kelleher and?
There was 2 firms. There was Gluck and Woolrath and Kelleher, Van Dyke, and Moriarty.
And you are awarding the proposal to both firms?
It's a pool.
They are going, both firms are going into the pool. I'm sure you already
Yes.
have a pool,
Yes.
so you're adding 2 more. The tax liens for property cleanups, tell me something about these people that you did the cleanup for. What age category are they in? What financial circumstances are they in?
Those are not questions, if I may, Council President, those are not questions that we ask. If they qualify for CDBG or HUD programs, they can see our representatives downstairs and facilitate those
Oh, I know that
applications.
that's very easy for them to know about that when they're 96 years old as the Greenbrier people and Greenbrier 2 people. So you don't look into it, you just do the cleanup without any evaluation or finding out that perhaps there is somebody you could refer it to, even Catholic Charities.
That's
I'll
not
let
what
it go.
that's not what I said, so I'd like to finish my response, if that's okay. Our first line of defense is our code enforcement officers, that to try to have a dialogue with the residents if indeed the home is occupied, and talk to them about what needs to be rectified and give them an opportunity to do that before a violation is issued. If indeed there is a case where they might be helped by one of those programs, our code enforcement officers do tell them about those programs.
So you still don't know what their age category is or income, finances, when somebody has actually seen them and might know the truth. And the last thing is the tax overpayments. I have asked before, the years going back, that you do as you did in D, and not only give a block and lot, which isn't even listed on this agenda, which basically is what we have coming in for information, but also put an address. I don't even care at this point what the addresses of the others are.
Anybody else for public comment? Seeing
Council
none?
President, can I just elaborate that the signs regarding photos are for municipal court? Obviously, tonight we had lots of photos taken, so they're not for township council.
Yes.
They're for municipal court.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Seeing none, close public roll call, please.
I have a question. You didn't ask council. On the attorneys, they're at $165 an hour, and there's a not to exceed for $225. Does that go for the whole pool, or just these 2 attorneys?
$225.
$1,000.
That's for the pool.
Sorry, $225,000. Is that for the whole pool of
That's-
the attorneys?
I believe that's for the pool.
It says not to exceed the amount of $225.
I believe it's for the pool. I can check.
These 2 are just added in to that pool. I was just curious.
I have to check on that for you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, seeing none, close public roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zepsic.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilman Mallow.
Yes.
Councilman Bosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ponzarero.
Yes.
President Dion.
Yes. Next, we're up to 4.8, bill resolution, computer 2018.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Computer bill resolution in the amount of $9,662,594.54.
Okay. Motion and second from council, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Mumalo, second by Councilman Halloran. Open to public. Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Zepsic.
Abstain on Asbury Park Press and New Jersey Press Media, and yes to the rest.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilman Mallow.
Yes.
Councilman Bosman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ponzarero.
Yes.
President Dion.
Abstain, CME Associates, and yes to the rest, please. Next is Bill Resolution Manual 2018. Madam Clerk.
Be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Brick that the following bills be paid, and that the mayor and clerk be and are hereby authorized to draw orders on the treasurer for the amounts of the same. Manual bill resolution in the amount of $1,688,253.73.
have a motion and a second from council, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Pontarera, second by Councilman Fosden. And open to the public for questions. Seeing none, close public. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Dempsey.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilman Momolo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosden.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Abstain, CME Associates, and yes to the rest. Next up, we have 5-1, ordinance on first reading. There is no public hearing on the first reading. 5-1, amend Chapter 404, Streets and Sidewalks.
An ordinance of the Township of Brick, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing the Township Code of the Township of Brick to amend Chapter 404 entitled Streets and Sidewalks to require restoration of streets and other public areas to their original condition after excavation work.
And this ordinance, what this basically does, in lieu of the utility work that has been occurring and is projected to continue throughout this municipality, our township engineer proposed revisions to the restoration requirements in our road opening ordinance. Codifying the requirements via ordinance is the most effective way to communicate our expectations for road resurfacing when utility companies complete repairs or improvements. Utility companies have been willing to work with us on full restoration of the roadways for larger jobs, provided that they know upfront and can incorporate the cost of road restoration into their utility installation projects. This amendment provides clear direction on our expectations so that the utility companies can plan accordingly. Can I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Zapsik, second by Councilman Halloran. Roll call.
Councilwoman Dempsey.
Yes.
Councilman Halloran.
Yes.
Councilman Momolo.
Yes.
Councilman Fosden.
I have a question. On F here, on the second page, when it says when they do a road repair, the township has a township engineer go out and inspect the patched area. And if they don't do a good job to the satisfaction, they have the Public Works Committee, the Public Works go out and do the patchwork. Does the engineer go out and inspect the township work? Because we're charging those people for that money, and so are we expected to have our guys inspect it? Because if they mess up, because we charge them once we go back out there. That's what it says.
Yeah, we charge the escrow funds for our inspector and for the times when we use outside consulting firms to
So
do inspection.
when Public Works goes out there and fixes it because nobody else did, so we have to go back out there, does our engineer check that? It doesn't say that here.
If they ask for assistance, it's not
Because
the same levels.
we're charging that person for that repair because they didn't go back. So the
Right,
township's
but-
doing the work. So when we inspect that ourselves,
Yeah,
Well,
we would inspect it ourselves. It
By the
really depends
engineer,
on
right?
the level of the work that's involved and what kind of assistance is needed in terms of inspection.
it doesn't say that here that they inspect that when we go out and do it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just a supervisor going out to check on the job. But for the most part, we would be hiring outside contractors to come in and fix if a company did not do the work correctly. We would most likely require the contractor to fix the work. This is a last ditch option in the event that the contractor is not compliant or,
You know, it says we go out there, it says right here.
okay, but that's, like
Do
I
we-
said,
But
it's,
do we inspect it, the township engineer inspects our work so we can go back to that guy and say, hey, we did our job, we had it inspected, you did it, you
We have
failed your job, so
two
we did it,
certified-
then we're gonna charge you. We're
we
gonna
have
take
two
that.
certified inspectors that work in our engineering department. And they will go out and inspect the
Even
job.
after the township does it.
Even if the township DPW does the work,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Councilman Fosden.
Yes.
Councilwoman Pontarero.
Yes.
President DeYoung.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next up is public comments.
Please note that each person addressing the council during any section of the meeting during which public comment is permitted shall limit his or her remarks to 5 minutes pursuant to Brick Township Administrative Code, Section 2-33B.
Anybody?
John Santillo, 950 Sylvia Court. Dear Mayor, reading my letter. Dear Mayor Ducey, dated July 5th, Council President DeYoung, and all apparent Brick Councilmen and Councilwomen. A 14-foot noise pollution and safety wall is needed where the parkway enters Brick Township near Evergreen Woods, down Trill Lanes Mill Road, and continues southbound through the town, and on the northbound side, past Brick High School, past the Town Hall, Primrose Gardens, Greenbrier, and the reservoir. This will not stop all toxins, obviously, from flowing into the lungs from the vehicles of the Garden State Parkway, but it'll at least assist in the prevention of autism, asthma, COPD, and early deaths. The problem of the environmental destruction that causes heart and lung ailments among many of our residents has not gone away. It will not go away on its own. Each passing day puts our citizens further at risk. Each and every one of our citizens faces the toxins forced upon them by the New Jersey Turnpike Authority Commissioners and their profiteering cohorts. The citizens are being harmed each day, and no politician seems to be able to stand up to the commissioners who appointed them to their highly powerful positions because of their support to the political class in all of New Jersey. Neither Republican nor Democrat will stand with the working class people because the regular everyday citizen does not have the power to control the state leaders. The bureaucracy runs amok in New Jersey government, so politicians do not speak out and stand up for the citizens with any kind of defense from the bureaucrats and this ruling class that run pretty much every aspect of the government. More and more money is taken from the middle class citizens to pursue support programs and agencies controlled by these profiteering bureaucrats. Small and large businesses and everyday citizens are faced with financial doom if they stay in New Jersey, so many move out and leave the state to the bureaucrats that influence every part of the residents' lives. Just about every politician is afraid to speak up for the people because the rich and powerful bureaucrats will not financially support them in their future political endeavors. The Turnpike Authority, which controls the Garden State Parkway, ignores the pleas of the people for a fair and just settlement in a matter concerning the health and well-being of its residents. So many people are noticeably impacted by the destruction of the Garden State Parkway, and although various people have come before the NJTA commissioners with their concern, nothing is done except to dismiss them after 3 minutes. The commissioners don't care about the people and only care about what kind of payers they can get for themselves, their cohorts, and the politicians they control. Elected officials do not speak up against the abuse of power of various institutions like the New Jersey Turnpike Authority, and let these bureaucrats do unto the citizens whatever they please. It seems hard to understand at first why the political class does not stand with their citizens, but of course many are beholden to the bureaucrats in the state, and they fear losing their financial and political support. Local officials will not sue the bureaucracy or even try to coerce the state and county officials into helping the citizens lead normal, healthy lives. The bureaucracy in New Jersey are powerful, and therefore local elected officials and even news agencies are free to publicly address the problem despite the overwhelming evidence in national and international publications. As mentioned previously, a combination of additional shrubbery and forestation, as well as a 14-foot pollution, noise, and safety wall to curtail some of the damage brought about by the illegal actions of the commissioners of the New Jersey Turnpike Authority is necessary in Evergreen Woods and other areas of Brick Township. Someday, maybe in the near future, one or more politicians will stand up for the citizens and fight the government bureaucracy, stand up for the residents, and take the fight for the lives of their people before the courts. But for now, the citizens just have to suffer the health impacts of the toxins from the Garden State Parkway. Thank you for your time. I get back 35 seconds.
Stephen Brill, Evergreen Woods. I quote from an article published in the Lancet Planetary Health regarding a major study that has confirmed a purported link between air pollution and diabetes. The researchers found that particulate matter exposure can increase the risk for the disease even at levels currently deemed safe by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the World Health Organization. Evidence shows that current levels are still not sufficiently safe and need to be tightened. Study lead author in Washington University School of Medicine, Dr. Zaid Al-Ali said, the study found that air pollution caused 150,000 new cases in the U.S. every year. In the U.S., 350,000 years of healthy life are lost a year. Dr. Philip Langbergan, Dean for Global Health at Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, New York, said, I think you can very directly link relaxation of air pollution with increased sickness and death. 10 or 15 years ago, we thought that air pollution caused pneumonia, asthma, and bronchitis. We now know that air pollution is a very important cause of heart disease, stroke, and contributes to chronic lung disease, lung cancer, and chronic kidney disease. I have asked this council before to test the air at Bernie Cook Field, as it is now immediately adjacent to the newly expanded Garden State Parkway Interchange 91. Apparently that request fell upon deaf ears. So now I request that warning signs be posted at Bernie Cook Field that the use of this park may cause asthma, diabetes, lung cancer, and other dangers, in particular to children. Additionally, warning signs should be posted at entrances to communities that border the Garden State Parkway that prolonged exposure will adversely affect their health. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Are you signaling me?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
looking
you
right
don't
at
know
you.
my name, I forgot.
Thank you.
Your short-term memory seems to be worse than mine at my age. I have name call 18 Greenbrier Boulevard for all the rest that might not know whom I am. You're welcome. I heard the thank you.
That was me, thank you.
And number one, last night coming home from my regular monthly meeting of an Irish organization, which this is now in Delmar, not Seagirt, I turned onto Herbertsville instead of coming all the way to Burn Tavern because I wanted to stop and pick up pizza and Vinnie's. When I got along Maple, it's nighttime, meeting starts at 7, so it's late, it's dark, and if I didn't know that when I got to Burn Tavern and was going to make a right, that the sign that I can't read because there is absolutely no light shining on it said, no turn on red, I would have probably made it. Of course, there was nothing coming, so that particular instance wouldn't have been a problem. So that intersection, I've complained about no lighting, street lights, when I'm riding on Burn Tavern to get towards Greenbrier 2. It's worse at that intersection. Turning is also at a point where Burn Tavern Road has a severe curve to the right. I always put my brakes on as soon as I know I'm going to be moving. Otherwise, you can't see anything and you don't see the road turns. So that's one thing. A week ago, I was going someplace, and it's the first time since the reconstruction of the interchange 91 was done that I was going to go straight from Greenbrier 2 to Herborn. Used to be a path I would follow frequently. Well, I'm going to say damn near got in a crash which would have been caused by me because the traffic light is not placed properly, but that wouldn't have mattered. There are signs about beware of distracted driving. Don't use your cell phone. Don't use this. Well, my distraction was not knowing the floor plan and what lane was going to take me straight to Herborn, because I always make the turn to come onto Lanes Mill Road. It is a horror. The car, thank God, that was coming had a driver with quick reflexes and nobody got hurt, including me. I'd like to know, every business usually has a 5-year plan, in fact a 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan. Do we as a township, and you are responsible for the street lights, maybe JCP&L has to do the work, but you're responsible for making them do it. Do we have any kind of a 5-year, 20-year plan to replace the lighting, the type of lighting. Incandescent, of course, is gone. I've done some research about street lights. I know what would be much better and cast more light. Do we have a plan? And what do you do?
Well, so one thing we're looking at is conversion of LED. So we started a pilot program, and actually we started it in Greenbrier too. That's going to be the first.
Oh, you did. Isn't that interesting that I live in Greenbrier too?
Paul, can you
Excuse me.
please let the mayor answer your question?
Well, I'm
Thank
very
you.
surprised to hear this.
Okay, he's answering your question.
Very surprised.
Thank you.
That's 2 strikes.
So yeah, so we met with the Greenbrier 2 representatives about a month ago, and they agreed to be part of the pilot program along the main boulevard, because we want to see what the difference is in costs, in brightness, if residents complain about them because they're too bright or they're not bright enough, or because the light goes directly down as opposed to out, and all these different things. So that's one of the things we're looking at. And then otherwise, what we do as far as people requesting street lights in neighborhoods is we have the neighbors, they fill out a petition, and it basically has, this way everybody is involved on the block that would be affected by the light. And then our engineering department goes out, they do the study to see if it's appropriate or not, and then it moves on from there.
So once again, you're reactive rather than proactive in doing your job to see that we are safe as a community. And I know the minute that thing rings, you're going to cut me off. But as a homeowner in Greenbrier 2, Greenbrier 2 has failed to notify me, and that's something I will also be bringing up to the New Jersey legislation as an entire whole, and in addition to all the other things that happened here tonight.
Anybody else for public comment? Seeing none, close public. Mrs. Bergen.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify in response to Councilman Clausen's question. So the total is for the entire legal services pool, which includes the attorney pool, the labor council, tax appeal, and tax foreclosure council.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And it covers all the firms that were awarded prior to tonight.
Mayor?
Thank you. And the rest on the lights, just basically, we don't like to, what happens is we've had people who requested lights and we put lights in, and then the neighbor right across the street said, why'd you put that light in? It's in my window and everything else. So that's why we don't just go out and make a decision on our own. We want to have the people who are affected by it actually make the decision on a small scale basis. I want to thank all the veterans for coming out tonight. A lot of representatives from the VFW, from the American Legion, but also from the Greenbrier One's Veterans Association. It was great to be able to honor Mr. Santillo here tonight. Again, it was a larger honor when he went over and got honored by the French government up in New York City, but to do something here since he is a hometown hero, it was definitely an honor to have all the veterans who were here today. I had the Garden Club Garden Tour and Tea today, so I went, my mom's birthday was yesterday, so I took her, we went around to the 7 houses. They were all outstanding, and it's a lot of hard work that people put in taking care of their gardens, growing the different plants, growing the different flowers, and just the landscaping they have in their yards. And it's great to see different areas of Brick Township and see what people do in different areas. Autism Surf Day was today as well, and I can say I definitely have sand between my shoes as we speak. I went to the beach today to go watch Autism Surf, and I had flip-flops when I got there, and I left them on the beach, and when I was time to go, somebody had stolen my flip-flops. So if anybody out there stole size 10 flip-flops, those were mine. So then I had to take that rough walkway back. I know a lot of people were talking about Brick 3 with the rocks in the walkway, and I had to traverse it myself in bare feet today, so because my flip-flops were gone. But it was an awesome day. The Brick football team, Brick Dragons football team does great volunteer work, as well as all of our lifeguards are there volunteering their time, as well as our lifeguard supervisors, all there, again, volunteering their time for a great cause through POEC, where the kids get to go out there and surf. And some of the kids need extra help, and they have 6 or 7 football linemen carrying them out on a board. And letting them ride a wave in, and other ones are little kids that don't need as much help, but as far as getting lifted out there because of their weight, but they also are, they're afraid of the water, and it's great. Football players jump on the board with them, and they ride in the waves together, and it's a really fun day, and the kids have a great time with it. Senior dinner and a movie is Friday, July 13th, this Friday at 4 o'clock. It's The Greatest Showman, which is a really great movie. And I should call Recreation for reservations, 732-262-1044. And lastly, we have a new school superintendent who started on July 1st. So this is only day 9 of his career here in Brick Township. He was a former assistant at West Windsor, Plainsboro, which is in the top 5 school districts in the state of New Jersey, and he was an assistant there, so this is great. Hopefully this is a brand new start that our schools need to really get on track, and I think that the new superintendent, Dalton, is the person to do it. He interviewed myself and Joanne with regards to what we hear around town about our schools, and we gave him the answers, and whether or not he wanted to hear them or not, he wanted to hear them. That was the thing. Whether or not he was happy about hearing them, that's a different story. And lastly, since I'm talking about schools, Governor Murphy, please do not sign S2. S2 is a bill that is pending that is going to take away $3 million a year for the next 7 years from our schools. And the more horrific thing about the bill is the school board is not allowed to make cuts to make up that $3 million. It's specifically in the bill that the school board cannot make cuts. So what does that mean for everybody? That means that $3 million a year for the next 7 years is going to come out of taxpayers' pockets. So it's going to be a direct, horrible impact, and I'm begging the governor, please don't sign that bill. It's going to crush Brick, Toms River, some other towns around the state. I don't really care. I care about Brick, and that's really going to crush us. We're still hurt by Sandy. We have such a high percentage of seniors. You really need to, a lot of people are on fixed incomes here. A story just came out with the second lowest wages in the entire state, so there's no reason to hammer our taxpayers here in Brick with a tax increase when the money is available. It's already in the budget and has been in the budget for the past few years. Thank you.
Mr. Keneally.
Nothing.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Ms.
Neither
Hardy.
do I.
Councilwoman Zaski.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate Mr. Santillo and thank him for his service to our country. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I'm glad that Councilman Pontorero found the photo of Mr. Santillo as a 22-year-old. It kind of made me actually look and do the math, it's a stark reminder of how young, how very, very young some of these men and women were, particularly those that either were drafted or joined towards the end of the war. To think that at just 22 years old that Mr. Santillo went through something like the D-Day invasion. Some years ago I had the opportunity to meet a gentleman who was, as a 19-year-old, assigned to some of the units that liberated the concentration camps. And he was in his 80s when I met him, and I remember him telling me that there wasn't a day in his life that went by that he didn't recall what he saw there. It was just mind-boggling to him, and I'm sure that some of the things that Mr. Santillo and his fellow patriots went through during the Normandy invasion lived with them as well. So again, congratulations to Mr. Santillo, and thank you for your service to our country. I just have one brief announcement tonight, and that's the Brick Children's Community Players will be doing their annual summer musical. This year it's Seussical the Musical, which will be July 27th, 28th, and 29th at the Strand Theater. It's Friday the 27th at 7:30, Saturday the 28th at 2 and 7:30, and Sunday the 29th at 2. And the tickets are $14 to $18, and you can reserve those online at www.bcct.org. And that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Howard.
Thank you, Council President. I also would like to congratulate John Santillo for his award this evening and recognition, and certainly I hope he finds the safe that key opens. I'll help him search it. So congratulations to him, and thank him for his service. Tremendous. We're seeing fewer of those people who went through that year after year. We have less of those brave people who put up with the tragic war. So the other thing that I would remind people, Thursday is Summerfest again. We're predicted to have some great weather once again. We came off a spectacular start to our Summerfest with a huge crowd last Thursday. We all had a good time. It was a lot of fun, and it was a perfect night. So hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Momoa.
Mr. Maroney, how are we on time, okay?
Good, thank you.
Congratulations to Mr. John Santillo. Great to recognize someone of that stature in the town. Autism Surf Day, I went with Councilwoman Zapsik, the mayor, and Councilman Holliver. It's kudos to the lifeguards and both high school teams. It's great to see them in a community atmosphere to help these special needs kids. The smiles on their face was unbelievable. They had a great time. Even though the water was a little rough, but they had at least 6 people per child on these things. Also went to the garden club. Great, it's very nice that these people open up their houses to allow us to go through and see their gardens. Had a great time, and afterwards they had a vendor fair. It was very nice. And that's it for me. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Councilman Fosner.
Thank you. I went to the junior lifeguards. It was exciting with the students that participated in the junior lifeguard program. The training included surfboard, paddling, swimming, running, and the students also competed and completed basic first aid and CPR. So it was a lot there. I went there. There was a lot of kids there. It was very interesting. And I'd just like to say on this coming Thursday is Saved by the 90s. Should be a good crowd there. And the following Thursday after that is Garden State Radio. I know they put a fantastic show on last year, and I'm glad they're back. It was a big crowd there last year for them, and they play locally. They're around the area here they live. And also 2018 Ocean County Household Hazardous Waste Disposal Program. You must pre-register in Brick. So you got to call this phone number, and I'll give you the list of hazardous materials that you can bring down to Public Works. The phone number is 732-367-0802. You must register and call before you go down there. And it's going to be at the Public Works Yard at 836 Ridge Road, Brick, New Jersey. And it's Saturday, August 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And again, you must pre-register. And some of the acceptable materials down there that you can bring down is paints, thinners, boat paint, solvents, pool chemicals, pesticides and herbicides, aerosol cans, auto products, toilet and drain cleaners, silver polish, oven cleaner, photographic chemicals, rug and upholstery cleaners, polishes and bleaches, waste oil, and used gas. You must bring it in the container that it came in, though, when you bring that. Propane tanks and fire extinguishers. So you can bring this all down there, but I'm going to give you the phone number again. It's 732-367-0802. That's you got to register for that there. And also, like the mayor was saying about the street lights, somebody needed a street light on my road. And I went to the people and I asked them, because they were complaining it was dark on the corner. But the people there in the area didn't want a light. So it's up to the people to do it. They have to get a petition to do it, but they didn't want to do it. They're afraid the light's going to shine in their house. But that's where they live, and that's what they chose to do. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Councilwoman Pontivero.
Thank you. Congratulations to Mr. Santillo. If anyone is interested in reading about Mr. Santillo, his story, seeing the wonderful picture of him at 22, you can go to www.njm.gov/military/summaries/John-Santillo. I know it's a lot, but if you put in John Santillo biography, you will be redirected to this site. You will actually see the medal that he was bestowed with, on top of reading all about his history, which it's a lot more than we got to hear about today, and certainly way too much for me too. say from the dais, but each of you should take a look and see what one of our local here. On July the 4th, I attended an event that really struck me and that I promise I will never miss again. It's at 6th Avenue and Ocean Terrace in Normandy. They have these huge 4th of July flag raising and Veterans Appreciation events. There were motorcycle riders, there was the Shamrock and Thistle Pipes and Drums group. There was an air event they had an American flag that was flown over the World Trade Center after the 9/11 tragedy, as well as another flag that was flown over Battleship Arizona in Pearl Harbor. There were just so many veterans dressed all in their regalia in sweltering heat, standing at attention for the entire time, and it was so humbling to see all these great men and women gathered together. I think if anyone who has children, if you are looking for something to do on the 4th of July that really speaks to what we're supposed to be doing on that great day, take them to honor the men and women of our country who have served on our behalf. It's at 6 in Ocean Terrace, and it's always on the 4th of July, and this year was at 1, but I'll definitely give more notice next year when it comes up again. Last, I wanted to congratulate the Brick Police Explorers this year. They attended the 3rd annual Jersey Shore Council competition, and they took home the 2nd place trophy for arrest, search, and seizure. They were supervised by Sergeant Austin Kenny, who did an amazing job. Anyone who's interested in having their child be a part of the Police Explorers can call over to the town and become a part of it. It's a wonderful program. And again, thank you to Sergeant Kenny for all of his hard work, and congratulations to our Police Explorers. That's all I have.
Thank you. And a real quick Buy and Brick update. We have 9 Round Fitness Kickboxing that are offering a 15% rebate on their merchandise and registration. And I forgot to say before our veterans organizations that were here with Mr. Santillo, we had Les Hoadley with the Greenbrier Veterans Committee, Albert Veltri, who is the commander of VFW Post 887, along with some of their members, and Bruce Baum, the commander of the American Legion Post 348, with their members, that came here to honor Mr. Santillo. And Mr. Santillo, thank you so much for all that you have done for us and for our country. We really, as Councilwoman Pontero said, we really do have a hero here in our own township. And that is really all I have this evening. We will see everybody at Summerfest, Saved by the 90s, on Thursday. Our next scheduled caucus or public meeting is Tuesday, July 24th at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.